A story about humans. So I came across this pretty cool piece on IG, and it's a fashion show by the London-based designer Robert One for his 2024 fall couture, where he illustrated the body in 4 different layers. This is amazing, guys. This designer is known for his ability to use materials in clothing to create or evoke a really interesting perception of a relationship between the human body as well as textiles. I think that this brings out a lot of edginess in his work. I think that that's what makes it really controversial and very different, because whatever relationship he wants to create between the materials and the human body, he has no boundaries really with whatever he uses, and I really like that. As long as it doesn't hurt the models, I'm here for it. This show, for example, that we're talking about today is basically the artist's interpretation of the 4 layers of skin. My favorite one being, of course, the soul. I think it's just because, first of all, she's in the dark and it's the soul, and it's not to say that the soul is a dark place to be, but the soul is dark and it's veiled, it's mysterious, and that's why we're here. I really like this part of his interpretation of the soul. I love how the model herself is shimmering with pesos and crystals, and she's veiled. She looks really mysterious in that dark, really somber environment. It's giving mysterious, yet it's also giving pure. It's not giving bad at all. It's just giving very mysterious and contained. I really like that. And it's also to underline the mystery within the theme of the soul itself. And you can tell this model definitely brought it to life. I also like the part of the skin, because it's the first piece of the show, and that's the hook. Not the best, but the first is the hook, so you have to make sure that you grab your audience through that, and the skin definitely did it for me. It's through the layers, and the skin kind of reminded me of the layered skirts that my mom used to wear way back in the days. I don't know why. I think it's because it's pleated, but yeah, definitely. And I like that it's layered, because not only does it speak about the different layers of skin itself, but it also speaks of the different layers of being. So it's kind of metaphorical in that way, and I really like it. It just shows how interesting and how inspiring and how thoughtful the designer is while creating his pieces. And I really like I said, the fact that this first piece, which is the skin, is really layered. That just shows how much thought the artist put into his work. I just feel like skin has more to it, because usually that's what we see first, right? It's like when you're gonna get to know somebody, it's first the person itself, and then it's the soul. So it's those 2 really important parts that I've already spoken about. Then we're gonna move on to the part which is the flesh. The bones and the flesh are extremely important as well, but I just feel like those are kind of like mechanical aspects, not really, but in my perspective, if not tweaked a little bit, that's what they are. So what people usually see is the skin, and then the soul being who you are already, and then the skin being what you see first, and then the flesh here speaks for itself. I like that it's giving a lot of velvet, it's giving a lot of red, it's in its own world. It just really looks badass to me. I really like that deep red, and yeah, I think it kind of rules. Also, it's really important because it's part of the human anatomy, and that's also kind of who you are, so it tends more towards the skin, and then we have the bone after that. And in this part, I really appreciated that the room was really dark, because it would have been really hard otherwise to distinguish like all the movements of the bone, and also how important it is in our anatomy. So yeah, that's basically it, and this is the 4 layers of skin by Robert One, and I really hope that you guys go ahead and check it out. It's really interesting. I really like his perspective. He's a really good artist, and like I said before, this is from the 2024 fall collection by London-based Robert One.